spooky, scary skeletons are, what is it? A cozy, paranormal, witchy book. Ben's past is catching up with him just as his love life is getting complicated. No werewolves. Oh, August Salt was accused of murdering her. Tea. And gardening to casting hexes. Hello, my favorite people in the entire world. That's not my intro, but we're gonna go with it. Welcome to another Sit Down Sunday video. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. If you can't tell by like the obvious title and the shirt, we're doing my fall TBR today. Listen, when I tell you I've never been more ready for fall, I sincerely mean it. I have always been the person that loves to live in the season we're currently in. So I love summer when I'm in summer. I love fall when I'm in fall. I love winter when I'm in winter, and I love spring when I'm in spring, but never before the actual season. This year, I don't know what has changed. A switch has flipped in my brain, and I am so ready for fall. And it could be because I'm going to a cabin in the middle of October for a week. I mean, hello fall vacation, so that could be why I'm really excited for fall. But I'm here to tell you all the books I'm excited to read this fall. I will say I don't have any physically with me, and I'm so sorry. I just haven't bought any yet. So I'm very sorry. If you don't tend to like videos that don't have physical books to show, please just stay and watch, because I am going to recommend some really good witchy, practical magic meets Gilmore Girls books, and I'm very excited for it. Some are on Kindle Unlimited, so let's just get right into it. So let's go over Kindle Unlimited books first. The first one I'm going to be talking about is Butter Sugar Magic, and this is a 4-book series. And this is basically a cozy, paranormal, witchy book. I am actually going to read the summary because, to be fully honest, just saw the title and was like, give me. At best, she's expecting a kitschy candy dish. At worst, a beloved taxidermy pet. So when Cassie, newly divorced single mom with zero prospects, discovers she's inheriting a fully stocked bakery along with a beautifully furnished apartment from a great aunt she's never heard of, she's convinced she must be dreaming. The apartment bizarrely adapting itself to her whims, and the friendly neighbor floating fireballs in the air aren't helping. Cassie has two choices. She can hightail it out of this bewildering town and figure out another way to support her preteen daughter, or she can stay and live the life of her dreams in this unsettling place where the rules of physics don't seem to apply and people are suspiciously friendly and welcoming. When Cassie and her daughter agree to give this place a trial run, the fantastic pet shop next door is a helpful draw. She's not convinced they've made the right choice, that hesitation just might cost her the fantastic life she and her daughter deserve. And it says, welcome to Portney. The coffee is hot, the pastries are magical, and your new friends can't wait to hang out with you. Doesn't that just sound so good and cozy and just like heartwarming? Next is The House Witch, and this is a witch fantasy romance book. This is part of a 3-book series on Kindle Unlimited. And it says, when Finley Oshwin joins the staff of the King and Queen of Daxia, no one knows where he comes from or how he came to be where he is, which suits Finn just fine. He's satisfied simply serving as the royal cook, keeping nosy past-buyers out of his kitchen and concocting some truly uncanny meals. But Finn's secret identity doesn't stay hidden for long. After all, it's not every day a house witch and his kitten familiar, Kraken, take to meddling in imperial affairs. As his powers are gradually discovered by the Count, Finn finds himself involved in a slew of intrigues, going head-to-head with knights with less than chivalrous intentions, helping to protect the pregnant queen, fending off the ear of the royal mage, uncovering a spy in the castle, and that's only just the beginning, because Finn's past is catching up with him just as his love life is getting complicated. I am so excited for this book. Last one I am going to recommend is Wolfgang Wild. This is part of a 6-book series on Kindle Unlimited. And it says, what's the worst thing that can happen to a werewolf? Unable to shift for 3 months, Mateo Cruz knows all too well his wolf has taken up residency in his head, taunting him night and day with vividly violent carnal thoughts. Convinced he's cursed, he needs the help of a powerful witch before he literally goes insane. Evie Sylvie has always obeyed the house rules of her coven. No werewolves. Oh, Forbidden Love. They're known for being moody and volatile, so when a distempered, dangerous werewolf strolls in the bar and almost strangles one of her late-night customers, she's ready to bounce him through the door. But the desperation in his eyes when he begs her to help him softens her heart and convinces her to bend the rules. What Evie doesn't know is that Mateo's wolf has a mind of his own, and now that she's in his sights, he only wants one thing: her. Ugh. I am so excited for this book! I mean, werewolf and witch, forbidden romance, yes! Okay, next we're going to talk about all of the books that are on Kindle Unlimited. So first we're going to talk about Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. And I'm going to go ahead and read the summary because, again, I suck at summaries. Emery Blackwood's life changed forever the night her best friend was found dead, and the love of her life, August Salt, was accused of murdering her. Tea. Years later, she's doing what her teenage self swore she never would, living a quiet existence on the misty, remote shores of Sayres Island and running the family's business, Blackwood's Tea Shop, herbal tea tonics, and tea leaf readings. But when the island, rooted in folklore and magic, begins to show signs of strange happenings, Emery knows that something is coming the morning she wakes to find that every single tree on Sayres has turned color in a single night. August returns for the first time in 14 years and unearths the past that the town has tried desperately to forget. August knows he's not welcome, not after the night everything changed. As a fire raged on the Salt family orchard, Lily Morgan was found dead in the dark woods, shaking the bedrock of their tight-knit community and branding August a murderer. When he returns to bury his mother's ashes, he must confront the people who turned their backs on him, face the one wound from his past that has never healed, Emery. But the town has more than one reason to want August gone. The emergence of deep betrayals and hidden promises spanning generations threaten to reveal the truth behind Lily's mysterious death once and for all. This book came out last year, I believe, and I remember seeing it and being like, I need this book. I need to read it. And it's described as practical magic with a mystery. Next is A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Howley. And I mean, the cover, can we take a look at the cover? I mean, the colors, a demon, a witch, like, come on. Mariel Spark is prophesied to be one of the most powerful witch seen in centuries of the famed Spark family, but to the displeasure of her mother, she prefers baking to brewing potions and gardening to casting hexes. Oh, cute. When a spell to summon flower goes very wrong, Mariel finds herself staring down a demon when she's inadvertently summoned for a soul bargain. Osroth the Ruthless is a legend among demons. Powerful and merciless, he drives hard bargains to collect mortal souls, but his reputation has suffered ever since a bargain went awry. If he can strike a bargain with Mariel, he will earn back his deadly reputation. Osroth can't leave Mariel's side until they complete a bargain, which she refuses to do. Turns out some humans are attached to their souls. But the witch is funny and curvy and disgustingly yet endearingly cheerful. Becoming awkward roommates quickly escalates when Mariel, terrified to confess the inadvertent summing to her mother, blurts out that she's dating Osroth. As Osroth and Mariel struggle with their opposing goals in maintaining a fake relationship, real attraction blooms between them. But Osroth has a limited amount of time to strike the deal, and if Mariel gives up her soul, she'll lose all her emotions, including love, which will only spell disaster for them both. Oh my god, fake dating, forbidden love. Next is Paybacks, a Witch by Lana Harper. I love the play on the name. Instead of Paybacks, it's Paybacks a Witch. We get it. And I've seen this book go around a lot of the times. A lot of people say it's like Sabrina, like the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's kind of like that vibes, which I'm totally here for. It says Emmy Harlow is a witch, but not a very powerful one, in part because she hasn't been home to the magical town of Thistle Grove in years. Her self-imposed exile has a lot to do with the complicated family history and a desire to forge her own way in the world, and only the very teeniest bit to do with Garth Blackmore, heir to the most powerful magical family in town and casual breaker of hearts and destroyer of dreams. Dun dun dun. But when a spellcasting tournament, it turns out the pull of tradition is strong enough to bring Emmy back. She's determined to do her family duty, spend some quality time with her best friend Lyndon Thorne, and get back to her real life in Chicago. On her first night home, Emmy runs into Talia Avramov, an all-around badass adept in the darker magical arts, who is fresh off a bad breakup with Gareth Blackmore. Talia had let herself be charmed, only to discover that Gareth was only seeing Lyndon, unknowns to either of them, and now she and Lyndon want revenge. Only one question stands: is Emmy in? But most concerning of all, why can't she stop thinking about the terrifying, competent, devastatingly gorgeous, wickedly charming Talia Evermore? Avermore? Can I ask you, why do authors make names so difficult? Like, I know they gotta keep it, like, going and, like, unique names, but, like, I struggle with pronouncing names already and words already, and this just makes it so much harder, which, if I mess up any word, any name, please just ignore it, because I am dyslexic. So a lot of the times doing these videos are very, very hard for me, but I like watching them and I like filming them, but they're also really hard for me to film because words, you know, just please, just from the kindness of your heart, act like I said the word right, okay? Okay. Next is What You Gonna Do by Avery Flynn, and this is the one I'm kind of most excited about because the cover is gorgeous. Like, I am so excited to read this. It says, could it possibly get any worse than having absolutely no magical abilities when you're a member of the most powerful family of witches ever? It used to be that I'd say no, but then I kept getting set up on dates with Jill Connolly, whose hotness is only matched by his ego. Seriously, I can't stand him, even if I also can't stop thinking about him, specifically kissing him. But we're going to pretend I never told you that part. So yeah, my life isn't the greatest right now, and then it goes straight to the absolute worst hell when I accidentally make my sister's spell glitch and curse my whole family. Oh, and the only person who can help non-magical me break the spell, you guessed it, Gil, the super hot jerk. Now we have to work together to save my family and outmaneuver some evil-minded, nefarious forces bent on world domination. Oh yeah, and we have to do all that while fighting against the attraction building between us, because I may not be magical, but what's happening between Gil and I sure feels like it. Okay, I love this summary. I love how it was our character talking to us and not just like a summary of the book. Like, she's telling us like the gist of what's going on in her life, and I absolutely love that a lot. Next is Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. Again, so sorry. The purple cover, love. I love purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors. This says a witchy rom-com about a plus-size witch who must team up with a handsome stranger to protect her village from an otherworldly force, but will she be able to protect her heart? Oh, cute. So the summary for this book, I'm just gonna go ahead and show y'all how long it is. And I'm so sorry, I just can't be bothered to read all that, but y'all got the gist of it. I will have all these books linked down below for you guys. That's probably really lazy of me, and I'm so sorry. Now, this next book is the one I am most excited about out of all these books, and this is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. Now, this one was described as Practical Magic meets Gilmore Girls, and I'm like, give it to me now. If angles have changed, lighting has changed, I'm so sorry. My mom called me and then I realized my camera was dying, so I had to charge it. And then I forgot what I was doing and I ended up cleaning my entire house. So it's a couple hours later. So let's just finish where we were. So I think I was telling you the summary of The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. Sadie has always believed that the curse of her 4 heartbreaks that accompanies her magic would be worth the price. But when her grandmother is diagnosed with cancer with only weeks to live, her first heartbreak, Jake McNeely, returns to town after a decade. Her carefully structured life begins to unravel with the news of their grandmother's impending death. Sadie's estranged twin brother, Seth, returns to town, bringing him deeply buried family secrets that threaten to tear Sadie's world apart. Their grandmother has been the backbone of family for generations, and with her death, Sadie isn't sure she'll have the strength to keep the family and her magic together. As feelings for Jake begin to rekindle and her grandmother growing sicker by the day, Sadie faces the last of her heartbreaks, and she has to decide, is love more important than magic? I mean, it seems like this will be more than just like your typical witchy book. This seems to have like really heartwarming, heartbreaking topics that we're going to be dealing with in this book. Next is Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. And I think this one came out last year, and it was again described as Practical Magic meets Gilmore Girls. And I remember really wanting to read it last year, but I just didn't get to it. Emerson Wild has built the life of her dreams. Youngest Chamber of Commerce president in St. Cyprian history. Successful indie bookstore owner, and lucky enough to have her best friends as found family. Done. But when Emerson is attacked by creatures that shouldn't be real and kills them with what only can be called magic, Emerson finds the past decades of her life have been a lie. St. Cyprian isn't your average Midwestern river town. It's a haven for witches. Oh. When Emerson failed a power test years ago, she was stripped of her magical memories. It turns out Emerson's friends are all witches, and so is she. That's not all, though. Evil is lurking in the charming streets of St. Cyprian. Emerson will need to learn to control what's inside of her and remember her magic and deal with old, complicated feelings for her childhood friend, cranky yet gorgeous local farmer Jacob North. To defeat an enemy that hides in rivers, shadows of everything she loves. Even before she had magic, Emerson would have done anything for St. Cyprian, but now she'll have to risk not just her livelihood, but her life. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, this author was Big Little Lies. She wrote Big Little Lies. I love Big Little Lies. Fun. Next is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and this one came out last year, and people have been telling me it's super cozy. It's about this girl who was adopted, and she is actually a witch, but she has to pretend she's not, and she actually makes videos pretending to be a witch, but she's actually a witch, and she gets contacted by someone to come teach young witches. So she goes to the inn, she teaches them, and I think she has a romance. It just sounds super cozy, a found family, friendship, love, magic. What more could you want? Next is The Witches of Bonehill. This book actually comes out this year in September 29th, I believe. The cover has a fox on it. It looks like a mansion. Cordelia Bone's meticulously crafted life and a career in Dallas are crashing down around her thanks to a philandering husband with criminal debts. When her older carefree sister, Euston, a cannabis grower in Boulder, calls to inform her that the great aunt they never met has died and they must travel to a small town in Connecticut to deal with the estate, she sees an opportunity to unload the house and save herself. Ooh, Connecticut. Okay, vibes are already great. But once there, the sisters learn they are getting much more than they bargained for. The Victorian mansion they stand to inherit is bound in a dynasty trust, controlled by their late aunt's aging attorney, who insists they retain and inhabit the house, but keeps them in the dark about the peculiar rituals of their ancestors. Not to mention a sexy tattooed groundskeeper with a shuttered past who refuses to leave the carriage house in a crypt full of dead relatives looming at the property line. Ooh, okay. As both women grapple with their current predicament, they come face to face with a haunting family secret, the truth of what happened to their mother and the enemy that's been stalking them from the shadows for generations. In a twisting torrent of terror and blood, the sisters must uncover the power within them to heal their fractured relationship, reverse their mysteriously declining health, and claim the lineage they wanted to escape but now must embrace if they are to survive Bonehill. A little bit different from the books that are on my TBR. This one's not so much Practical Magic meets Gilmore Girls. It seems like an actual mystery, like creepy in a way, but still lighthearted because you've got like the romance gonna go on. Yeah, really excited about this book. Okay, you guys, those are all the books that are on my fall TBR. Let me know in the comments down below what books you're planning to read this fall, because I would love to know, and I'm always looking for more recommendations for fall. If you guys like this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribing because I would love to have you here. I put out weekly vlogs every single Wednesday, and every other Sunday-ish, I have sit down Sunday videos or just a video on Sunday. If you guys aren't following me on my social medias, they are always linked down below for you guys. I hope you guys are doing well and reading lots of good books and being kind to yourself and others around you, and I will see you guys in my next video.